physical castration and the physical sexual mutilation of young boys and young girls, confused, vulnerable young boys and young girls. Very often these people doing this, they're not only twisted in their own heads, ways of being, their own souls, but they are also making vast amounts of money because they are part of the medical industrial complex. A lot of these people used to make money out of abortions, but the demographics of the United States and all the rest of the Western world are now so bad, there's not enough babies being aborted to make these people the money it used to make them. So they're moving to something else. And if some kids are born, well, you've lost your chance to make money killing them, but there's a chance to make money poisoning them and cutting off their genitals, and then having to take medications to keep them alive for every day of the rest of their lives. Follow the money. Genital mutilation, as I say, is about profit. But a child doesn't wake up and think, I want my bits cut off today. A girl doesn't wake up and think, I want my breast cut off today before they even really start forming. No. First, there has to come a brainwashing stage. And I want to show you an example of the brainwashing stage. And understand, it doesn't matter whether you're American or British or French or Swedish, you must understand that what you see here is it encapsulates the mentality which people who are educating your children, your grandchildren, your nephews and nieces, or if you're a bit younger than that, are planning to educate your kids in a few years' time, or right now educating your younger brother and sister. Whoever you are in your community, what I'm about to show you is the mentality which is in the heads, and it's the plan which is all worked out by people educating children that you love. Have a look at this and let it determine you to get those kids out of the state education system, and for the love of God, turn off their television, their internet. Stop these monsters having the ability to reach your kids. This will show you why.
The most critical time to be there is grades 5 through 8, because you want to catch kids when they're starting puberty, because that's the time in which identity formation is central to their lives. However, early intervention is key. So we actually are designing a kindergarten through grade 2 curriculum this summer. And I will tell you, one of the most rewarding experiences, Nikki, we were in a local school system in an elementary school, and we were in grades 3, 4, and 5. And after we were there, 5 students went to the principal's office and came out. So we are really intentionally going into younger and younger grades.
They're intentionally going into younger and younger grades. Millstones. That's all I can say. The only solution to that is millstones, unless you take a purely peaceful approach and simply get your kids away from them. Then they have no power. Actually, a parent, we have to say, arguably, doesn't have a right to reach for the millstones and the ropes and look for the deep water if they voluntarily put their kids through schools where creatures like that operate, because the parents are to blame more than anybody else. Take note of that. And the proper response to this, the moral response, the sustainable, in a good way, response to this is not to go and confront them and thereby confront the state and there end up in jail and demonised and all the rest of it. It's simply to get our kids away from them and let the liberals leave their kids with them, because it'll hasten the disappearance of liberals as a subspecies of humanity. Just as I said before, our job, and I'm sure that Mr. Eggerstrom will come in with the precise quote, our job is not to confront these people. Our job is not to take on these people, have a revolution against these people. Our job is to endure and outlive these people and ensure that our community and our faith does as well.